What a crazy weekend of wrestling it's been. Last night I stayed up till 5 AM to watch AEW's first pay-per-view, Double or Nothing. Was it worth it? Well, you're going to find out my views and opinions in this video, but spoiler alert, wait for it, Jon Moxley, formerly known as Dean Ambrose, has arrived in All Elite Wrestling. Now, as part of this video, in addition to me talking about my views and opinions of AEW's Double or Nothing, I wanted to give you a few updates on the arena that I created the other day. Now, I created the Double or Nothing arena, but of course at the time we didn't know what the arena was going to look like. So I've left the stage as the same as it was before in my previous video. If you haven't seen it, you can check it out via the link in the description box below. But I have made a few updates. So here you see my Double or Nothing ring, and if you recall in my previous video we had the debate around what the ring would look like. And I went with a black ring mat and the Double or Nothing logo. Well, AEW didn't go there. They went with a grey ring mat and they went with the All Elite Wrestling logo. So I've updated that on this arena, but I will leave the other arena online so you can download it for PlayStation 4, and this will be uploaded as a version 2. Now, there are a couple of other updates, one of which is a bit poncy, don't judge me, but I did make an update to the AEW ring apron. You're probably looking at it and thinking, what did you do? Well, I enhanced the logo, and you're probably still looking at it and thinking, what did you do? Well, it looked to me like the AEW logo for the Elite part is more gold, and at Double or Nothing it looked more yellow. So I enhanced it, made it more yellow and reapplied it. Like I said, it's a bit poncy, I know. The other update was the turnbuckle pads. In my previous video I applied no logos whatsoever. Now we've got Double or Nothing logos on all turnbuckle pads. Unfortunately, I couldn't replicate what they had on the night because I couldn't work out how to apply a different logo to the middle turnbuckle pads. If you know how to do this in 2K19, please do let me know in the comment section below. So those are the updates which I've made to my All Elite Wrestling Double or Nothing arena, which will be uploaded to the PlayStation 4 community creations as a version 2. The details of the hashtags are listed in the description box below. But I did also make one other creation. Check this out. So what do you think? This is my creation of Jon Moxley in his AEW attire. This was the attire that he wore at Double or Nothing when he made his debut, and what a debut it was. He was dishing out dirty deeds to anybody and everybody. Chris Jericho, The Official, and he tried at first with Kenny Omega. Omega fought him off, but it led to an epic stage moment and a dirty deed was dished out. As Dean Ambrose takes a break, and gets punched in the mush. Not a smart move when you're up against Kenny Omega. And Jon Moxley has picked a tough opponent. Huge knee from Omega. It's going to be a very interesting feud between these two. I wouldn't have picked Kenny Omega to go in from the offset. That's a bold move from Jon Moxley. And the hardest part about this attire was the badges on the jeans. I had to create them all from scratch. I didn't take any screenshots from Moxley on the night, but I do think they came out rather well. The jeans themselves, I think, are tracksuit bottoms, but I applied the denim material and again came out pretty good. The jacket, I like the Mox graffiti logo that I made, but unfortunately the game has put a shine on those logos that I can't get rid of. I tried to duck the opacity, that didn't work, and that is the best that I could get. So overall, I'm pretty happy with my Moxley attire. It's very difficult to say Moxley. I'm much more inclined to say Ambrose, and even at points I'm calling him Dean Moxley. I can't be the only one calling him that, can I? If you're doing it too, let me know in the comment section below. But in terms of Moxley and his debut, I thought it was done very well. It did feel like he was a lunatic because he didn't just attack Chris Jericho, he attacked the official, that's an important part, and then he went for Omega, so there's a lack of care of who he attacks. He's going after anyone and everyone, and I also like the fact that Omega fought back, because I honestly thought as well that it was going to be dirty deeds, and then dirty deeds, and then Ambrose or Moxley, here we go again, would stand tall, but instead that little back and forth between Omega and Moxley before he did get the upper hand, that was perfect. And speaking of upper hands, Kenny Omega has the upper hand in this match, giving Jon Moxley a flashback to WrestleMania 32 and his trip to Suplex City. Oh, Omega still in control. Oh no, spoke too soon. Moxley, boot to the midsection. Oh, and puts down Omega. So what was my feelings overall to Double or Nothing as a pay-per-view? Well, I thought it was thoroughly entertaining from start to finish. The matches were great. There wasn't a single match where I was bored or I was thinking it's time for a bathroom break. And bear in mind that this show was 5 hours long. That's quite a long pay-per-view. Now, I did question that time because that's a common complaint for fans that watch WWE, that the shows go on too long. But these aren't going to be monthly. They're going to be special shows. And from what I understand, they're not always going to be 5 hours either. So that time and, you know, thinking, oh, are they going to run too long? That's not the case at AEW. But each match kept me thoroughly entertained. My favourite match on the night was a tag team match. The Young Bucks versus the Lucha Bros. Boy oh boy. So many epic spots. So many epic moments. I mean, if you blinked, you missed something. And I've actually watched it twice now because it was that damn good. I think they stole the show on the night. They even took it away from Cody and Dustin, and also Jericho and Omega. But that's just my viewpoint. What was your favourite match on the night? Let me know in the comment section below. Now, I mentioned a few other matches, and there was something for every wrestling fan. You had the Battle Royal as part of the buy-in. That was fun. You had a match like Cody and Dustin that had emotion to it. You invested in the story. You had a match like the tag team match, which was full of high-flying moments, high spots, high action. Then you had the main event with Jericho and Omega, a much more brawling type match. So, you know, the different styles, they catered for so many different wrestling fans. That is very cool. I like it. One thing I didn't really like, well, I kind of did, but I wasn't sure if it was wise or not, because, you know, the fan in me loves the competition, but I wasn't sure if it was wise to keep throwing so many jabs at WWE. That's not to say that I didn't enjoy Cody Rhodes picking up that sledgehammer and taking it to the throne of the King of Kings. It was cool to see, but is it wise? We've seen in the past, WCW, they had a good crack at it, and they failed. And of course, Impact Wrestling, TNA, the Hogan and Bischoff era, they went toe-to-toe with WWE, and they failed miserably. I don't want AEW suffering the same fate. They should learn from those other companies and their mistakes. I think Cody's got his head screwed on, so has the Khans, so I'm not overly worried, but I don't want them to become obsessed with competing with WWE. I don't think there's need for them to be competition just yet. They just need to, for now, be an alternative. That's fine at the moment. Once they've got a bit more momentum, they've picked up more steam, they've acquired more talent, then maybe start sending a few more jabs at the big boy. But not just yet. So that was something that concerned me, albeit that I did enjoy seeing it as part of the show. In terms of the production of this show, everything was on point. I was expecting it to be a little bit TNA-ish, you know, a bit amateurish. Impact still hasn't quite got it right. They've stepped it up recently, but it's still not that good. It's a bit cheap. But this AEW show, the stage looked good, the ring looked great, the camera angles were on point. There has been criticism about the commentary team. I was quite happy with it. Initially, when the show started, the buy-in, the commentary team didn't quite seem on the same page, but once JR stepped in and the matches got underway, I thought they got their act together. It's going to take time for them to gel, so I'm willing to give it a chance, and like I said, I was quite happy. But there have been people that haven't been, and people that have questioned JR. And I would say, just watch JR when Moxley makes his arrival. It felt like there was that fire in his belly once again. The way he called it, for me, was on point. So I'm not going to, throw too much shade towards JR as Moxley delivers the dirty deeds to Kenny Omega. 1, 2, 3. So to sum up AEW's Double or Nothing, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was fun, entertaining and action-packed. And if you like this Jon Moxley that I've created, you can download it now for PlayStation 4. The hashtags are listed in the description box below. And all that's left to be said is, what did you think of Double or Nothing? This is Delzinski, signing out.